Hey guys, what's up? So this is going to be my 37-week update, and let me tell you, the weeks get more intense as I go along. So at 37 weeks, my cravings have now turned. That's a weird thing to start off with, but I'm starting off with it because I can. Right 37 weeks, my cravings are sea salt popcorn, which I don't eat a lot of, let me tell you. I drink tons of water to make sure that when I do eat some popcorn that I do flush out some of the salt or try to keep hydrated so the salt doesn't blow me up. Water has been a craving, odd, and iced tea. Like, not super sweet iced tea, but like the real sweet iced tea. If you are from the South, you know what I'm talking about. Not that sugar, you know, infested stuff. It like tastes like tea that's made off the stove, but like they melt the sugar. And I never really drank iced tea like that in general. And lightly sauced cream spinach. I mean, cravings could be worse. They're getting better. You know, we're weaning away from the ice cream at this point, heading into the spinach. God, my hands are so fat, swole. My husband and I had a day where we went out and got most of the rest of the stuff for our hospital bags, just stuff that we need. The only thing we haven't gotten yet is snacks. I've been told to bring snacks that are like my favorites and his favorite, because sometimes we have to wait for someone to come in and say, what would you like for lunch, or what would you like for dinner, or maybe the cafeteria is not even open yet, we have to stick through a vending machine and deal with what they have. But we're gonna get snacks, and that's pretty much the only thing. He just has to throw some clothes in the bag, and other than that, all we need is pretty much purchased. We also cleaned our entire house in week 37. We spent that weekend cleaning. Granted, it was mainly him doing all the work, which I'm super thankful for, because I'm no help at all anymore. I can't stand for a long period of time. My feet hurt, or my back hurts, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm pregnant. I'm 37 weeks pregnant. At this point, standing is limited. There was also, lovely, it was a huge heat index all week during my 37 weeks of being pregnant. And obviously that led to a crap ton of swelling. So our windows were shut, our blinds were drawn, our curtains were closed. Like, we had the house dark and the AC on, and I did not want to do much because it was just so exhausting. Just like the heat, it was just too much. I stopped taking the dogs for walks because I can't do it anymore. I try, and if I do go, generally my husband's the one carrying them, not carrying them, but walking them. And another thing is I fear that what if something happens and I'm on the other end of our development and my water breaks or something? I still have to get both dogs back home, however far I am, and then, you know, in the meantime, I gotta make sure I got my phone on me, call Jordan, tell him, like, yo, you gotta come home and take me. If I start having contractions, well, you know, it's just too much to deal with, and I'm not wanting to deal with that. I'd rather be in my house if something were to happen, where I'm comfortable, not walking back home with my two dogs, because they're not gonna understand, or they're gonna sense something's going on and they're gonna panic. But my dogs have been so in sync with me these last few weeks that I've been pregnant, like especially in my third trimester, because I think different hormones are being released in my body. So they've been super in sync with me. They're so chill with me not taking them. Sometimes they get whiny, but I do let them out front and let them just sit outside, and I'll occasionally sit out with them and read, which brings me to my next point. I'm also still reading a lot. It just helps me stay calm. I love to read in general. Books are my thing. I've actually been reading a scary book. Not really scary, kind of like creepy. And it's just been like really relaxing to me. So if I feel like I can't get up and do things that I want to, I just pick up my book and read it, and it's good. Or I'll sit outside with the dogs, and that'll be their outdoor time where maybe it's a little hot out. They'll sit outside and just get exhausted that way. My t-shirts do not fit anymore unless they are super stretched or like maternity shirts that are made to fit my belly. So I'm either wearing Jordan's shirts or I'm just wearing a bra around the house because dang, if I don't have a clean shirt that's a maternity shirt or a huge shirt, then a shirt doesn't happen. I mean, I look like I just walked out the trailer park and I got half my belly hanging out. Whatever. Oliver's starting to seriously drop. So that's another reason why I think that my shirts are not fitting, because he's lowering and he's lower now. So my shirts don't go that low. Most of my t-shirts are smalls or mediums. Like, they're not gonna work with this. What I got going on down here, it ain't gonna work. So I'm either wearing dresses, like just maxi dresses, skirts, long skirts, whatever, or just like lounging pants and a bra, because it's just too much work and it's so stressful and annoying to me to find a shirt that fits me. And I'm like, after two, if they don't fit, I'm not wearing those t-shirts. I'm just gonna change my outfit because ain't nobody got time for that. The other thing I did in week 37 was go to my hospital tour, my hospital visit, to go tour the maternity ward where I'll be giving birth. And unfortunately, I've said this before, Jordan couldn't make it because he had to work. He was super bummed about it because I think he would have really loved to be there. The tour was amazing. This hospital is so nice. I'm so happy with the fact that we chose to go here and deliver, and especially with our first kid. There's so much you worry about because you don't know, and these people have the whole time done nothing but answer my questions, make sure that, you know, always check up on me, make sure they know that I'm there for them, like they're there for me, whatever. And they followed through with everything they've said. And this just kind of put it over the edge where it was like, we picked the right place to come to. Yes, it is a 50-minute drive. That is quite a long haul. However, in the state where we're at in Indiana, the drive really isn't that bad. It is a straight shot to where we need to go. There's never traffic. I'm okay with it. Jordan's cool with it. They just walked us through where he'd park and where he'd come in, and we'd go up, and just kind of how the system would go if we were to be going, oh my God, we're gonna have a baby. Walk through everything. And just being at the hospital and seeing all the amenities they offer and seeing how, you know, they are, or, you know, with their patients, made me excited to actually go give birth. It's crazy. I'm excited to go into labor so I can go to this hospital. First of all, the rooms are huge. So we picked a smaller, more private hospital, but I like that because it's more personal. It's one-on-one. You have one nurse and obviously your doctor, and then the pediatrician. Everything's right in that vicinity. Our primary care doctor's right there. Pediatricians are right there. My OB's right there. The hospital's right there. Everything is like in like a 3-mile radius, if that. It makes it super convenient. If I needed to have an appointment, Jordan needed to have an appointment, Oliver needed to have an appointment in the future while we're still here, everything's right there. And not to mention, everything can be looked up online. All of our records, everything. So if I needed to get records, it would be nothing for me to just go online and print them all out, which I love. Especially being military, I mean, you kind of need that, especially in the civilian, because it's not all connected to the military. So whenever we go to a next doctor, if we are on base, they'll need to see these records. However, back to the hospital. Rooms are huge. Everything is so tranquil there. Like, it's so nice. They have like a succulent garden in the waiting room where the families wait for the baby. And they have even like a fridge filled with like apple juice, Sprite, Coke, just, you know, sugary things in case like anyone needs that. Some snacks like fruits. And they even said, you know, if your family members are here visiting, feel free to let them come out and pick what they want to out of that. And they went over the meals with us. They went over our labor rooms, and they went over our post-labor room. Jordan has an entire couch, like a normal sized couch, and it pulls out into like a full-size bed. Like, this is so amazing. This place is beautiful. And I am so excited to go and just like push this kid out there. I am planning on a natural birth. That's what I want to do. My mom did it with me. We have hips, they don't lie, and I think I can do it, or I know I can do it. So as long as he's not in distress and as long as he's in the right position to do it, that is my plan. They even offer the peanut balls and the exercise balls for, you know, to help with labor. Obviously we can walk around the building up in that floor to kickstart maybe dilation or whatever. They just offer so much that like it's just so comforting. They even the nursery is strictly for babies, like to go get like circumcision or, you know, things like that done, or if there is a problem and they need another machine. A lot of this stuff though is done right in the room. They're very big on the breastfeeding thing, which I love because I'm really planning on breastfeeding. Granted, I know not much about it because I've never breastfed before, but the lactation consultant there, they have classes and all this stuff, and they even, once your baby's born, after they take to do tests or whatever, most of the stuff, again, they can do in the room with their machines that they have, the mobile ones, but he'll sleep right next to my bed in his little carrier thing, and instead of being carried off to a nursery. Now, I don't know if other hospitals do this, but I love the idea that he'll be right next to me and I don't need to worry about like them coming back with another baby, because that's a fear. You always hear about it, but I don't know. They even do the delayed cord clamping. Like, this is all a part of their practice. They do delayed cord clamping and then the golden hour, which is where as soon as he's born, he's placed onto my chest and he's there for 60 minutes. Literally, the nurse will time it. They will put a sign on the door saying, do not come in. The golden hour is happening, blah, 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 whatever. And the nurse will come back in 60 minutes to then finish up with my son and do what they need to do. So that's awesome too, because it does help with the baby's heart rate and all this stuff. There's tons of benefits to doing that, and especially the delayed cord clamping. So I'm very, very happy with where we picked and what they follow and what they believe in, because without me even saying this is what I want to do, they're already like, yep, this is what we do. And I'm like, I like your thought. So I'm hoping that I can maybe take Jordan to go check it out and see if he can maybe just like peek around and just see where we're going and what we're doing and stuff like that. That way he's a little more comfortable too, maybe get him a little more excited. He's excited obviously, but like to be as excited as I am to get to the hospital and give birth, like this place is phenomenal. I don't know, I'd like to be able to record my like journey into the hospital, in the room and stuff. Granted, I know I can't record like any of the doctors or nurses and their faces and whatever, I get that. And I don't really want to record my vagina because I've seen a birth once. That is not what is beautiful to me. What's beautiful is just the life that comes out. It's very messy and I don't really want that on camera. And I don't ever want to look back on that. I want to look back on our emotions and our reactions and this and that. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to at least have the camera set up to where it's like me and Jordan. I don't know, but I just want to get that moment or a picture when we see our son for the first time, because those are the moments that get me so choked up. And that is what, if I remember anything from my birth, I want it to be that moment. So that is my biggest thing that I want. I didn't really ask if nurses can tape for us, but I would love if someone could just snap a picture, because we don't have family here. Snap a picture or just catch it on video for us so I can pull the picture from that. But that's kind of what I would like to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. Still having lower abdominal pressure, tightness, occasionally Braxton Hicks, lightning crotch, blah, blah, blah. Again, still no regular patterns to be formed from that. Not paying it any mind. Just kind of doing my thing and relaxing or changing position, drinking water, all that good stuff. So aside from getting all the stuff we needed for the hospital, like purchasing wise, besides snacks, my stuff is all pretty much packed in our bags. I'm gonna relist. I like to make lists, okay? Sue me. I want to relist what's in my bags and see if there's any other things that I may be missing. I overpacked my diaper bag, which I said I was going to do, but that's okay because it's my diaper bag and I don't really care. I know I overpacked. I'm fully aware I overpacked, but I want to be prepared for anything, and it comforts me knowing that I overpacked. So there's that. Towards the end of my 37 weeks, it was on a Thursday, I barely slept the night before. And I was up every hour, literally every single hour you can think of, I was awake. And I was awake for 30 minutes at each time. Eventually that's going to add up and I'm going to be exhausted when it's actually time for me to get up. So I literally had slept all day, and I'm not making it up when I say all day. I literally meant all day long. I took at least an hour and a half to 2 hour naps every time I would lay down. And before you knew it, it was like 5 o'clock in the evening, and I was like, my dogs were acting weird that day. And Oakley is much older than Tallulah. Tallulah has always, since I became pregnant, had this, like, I guess, motherly instinct towards me, in a sense. Like, she just felt it or wanted to, like, comfort me. She always put her head on my tummy, whatever. Oakley did not. He must have known something was different, but he didn't really care like Tallulah did, I guess is the right thing to say. I don't really know. That day, Oakley literally followed me everywhere. Kay just made my coffee. This is my life today. Everywhere. If I was in the bathroom, he was sitting at the door. If I'd get up to go into the kitchen to throw something away, he'd get up, go into the kitchen. If I was cooking something, he'd stand next to me. If I was doing the dishes, he'd stand next to me. If I was going into just walk somewhere to light a candle, he'd be right there next to me. He was acting very strange. I even got to the point where I'd sit down on the couch, and we have our couch and our ottoman. He lodged himself in between the ottoman and me on the couch. And I sit down, and this is what he does.
Hello, Ryder here.
What's happening? It was freaking me out because I was like on edge, like I'm waiting for my water to just break all over the floor. Went in for my appointment on Friday, and I had begun dilating. So when I went and told my friends that, they were like, yeah, it's probably what he sensed the whole day. And I'm like, that's so crazy to me how dogs can do that, but it's awesome. I've begun dilating. I don't know how much. I can't imagine it'd be more than 2 centimeters. It was pretty painful when he was checking, so I didn't allow him to get an actual good measurement on how much I actually am dilated, because I was like squirming. Like, I didn't squirm up the table, but I was just like tensing up because it did hurt. So because it hurt like that, I can't imagine that I was actually dilated a significant amount. But he also had told me that regardless of how much I'm actually dilated, it doesn't really matter. It just means that your body is preparing to give birth. It doesn't really give a timeline. Some people are 3 to 4 centimeters dilated for weeks. Some people aren't dilated at all and go into labor that night or the next day. He goes, your body's going to do what it wants to do. So I'm not really taking dilation into that much consideration because, again, your body's going to do what it wants to do when it wants to do it. He also talked about induction. He doesn't want me to wait a week after. He doesn't want me to wait any longer than a week after my due date before having the baby. So if by, the 4th of July or around the 4th, 5th, 6th of July and still no baby, then we're probably going to set up something for the following week, towards the end of the week, just to get him induced. So I'm hoping that I don't have to go that route because I really want to deliver naturally. I don't want to be induced. And I'm afraid that if I do get induced, that maybe would be more painful or more discomforting than if I just went naturally, just because your body's being forced to go through something so quick. But it is what it is. If that's what he feels is right, then we'll do it. That is it for my 37-week update. Now we're just kind of counting down and waiting. So thanks again so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys.